Well, hello, welcome everybody. This is Dr. Derek Barron. I want to talk to you today about content marketing. Not sure how exciting that is going to be for you, but it's important that you do it for your practice. Again, my name is Dr. Derek Barron. I am the owner of Practice Insider's Edge and Grow.co, our Grow platform. For private practice healthcare professionals, we are doing what we can to help you grow and scale your practice. And as I said today, on our weekly show that we are doing, I want to talk about content marketing. So kind of the marketing insights as a way to help promote and grow and eventually scale your practice as well. So let me drop this into the stream. So there we go. So we're going to have some fun with this. 7 tips to attracting new patients with content marketing. All right. As we go through this, here's what we're going to cover. Why your practice should create content. Practice content marketing. There's 7 successful tips that we want to hit into. Those are starting a blog, building a social media presence, starting an email newsletter, creating content corresponding to your basic patient sales funnel, build a content calendar, create a variety of content types. The 7th one is collect patient reviews and testimonials, and then how to create a practice marketing strategy. And then we will conclude with ... Stay tuned for more. So again, my name is Dr. Derek Barron. That's my wife, Terry Barron. We are the founders of Practice Insider's Edge. We are here to help you grow and scale your practice. We want to make sure that you have everything that it takes to help you reach the next level in your practice. We do that with digital marketing services. We do that with coaching, group and individual. So if there's anything that you have any questions on, by all means, drop them in the comments below. I'll try and get to them here if they are live, or I will get to them later. But we want to dive in further into the content marketing. I don't want to keep you here for too long, but if you own a private practice, content marketing is a tactic you should consider to grow your audience base and increase your brand's name recognition and ultimately gain more new patients into the practice. Content marketing refers to the creation and dissemination of online materials that grow traffic to your website, to your social page, to a blog, to your vlog, to any of your social channels that you have out there, or a podcast if you have one. Content types include, blogs, infographics, white papers. They're all geared towards creating an interest in you and or your services at your practice or your online business or your mobile practice for that matter. In this presentation, we'll break down why healthcare business owners of every size should deploy a content marketing strategy and how to create one. So, why your practice should do content marketing. Probably the easiest one is because if your competitors are, you're behind them. And that is just the truth. If you're not doing it, you're losing to them. So serving up useful, timely content allows your practice to become, a thought leader in your industry, increase your practice recognition, and build patient trust, respect, and loyalty. Content marketing also allows you to identify your patients' pain points and speak to how your services help them with their health issues. This can lead directly to booking consultations and getting new patient appointments on the books. And another lasting benefit of content marketing is that production of evergreen content and what it can do for you. And that refers to the assets that you do not become outdated, like blog posts about the industry or your industry, about the industry or your industry, or an infographic about how to complete a process that doesn't change, and it improves a patient's health that's watching it. So you can also find use in content marketing when you create assets that can be used across multiple channels and marketing campaigns. The best part of any content marketing is video. I can take this video, I can take out the audio from it, I can take out the video, both portions, create a blog with it, create a podcast with it, any types of those formats. So for example, if you write a blog post about the needs of a certain patient niche, you can create a YouTube video on that topic and then use the video in your blog posts. Then you can take the link and post it across all of your social media channels, as well as multi-purpose it in other places. And this saves you time, money, and while firmly establishing you in the field as an expert, especially in your community. So let's go over these 7 steps for success when creating content marketing for your practice. And the rest of this presentation will break down the 7 steps that we do for this for healthcare businesses that you should undertake in building a successful practice content marketing strategy to gain more new patients. Number 1, start a blog. Blogging is a completely free way to market your services while simultaneously establishing yourself as an expert and help you stand out in your community. Now that blog can also be a vlog. So it can be, it states here that 21 to 54 blogs on your website can drive 30% more traffic to your site in the local community. Would be great, would it not? And if it was a video, it would be even more engaging. So you drive traffic there to boost your search engine optimization rankings, your SEO rankings, deliver increased value to your patients and prospects to get them to come in, increase your exposure, and then generate prospective leads to eventually increase more new patients. Second would be to build a social media presence on the social channels your audience uses. So social media channels are great, but are your patients on Twitter all the time? Who knows what's going to happen after Elon bought it yesterday for $44 billion? It could help us all a little bit, but hopefully it'll make it into an open sharing component that will not be fed by bots and all that other political garbage. So unfortunately, simply being present isn't enough. You need to make sure that you're active on the platforms that use those audiences. Video is a great way to do that. So how do you choose which social media channels among the multitude of options are right for you and your brand? Before you start posting anywhere, you need to identify your target audience, which we call your ideal patient. And then on social media, you're not just speaking to everyone, you're speaking to a specific set of patients with specific interests. After you've established who you're speaking to, you must then determine how to reach those individuals. As we've talked about before, we created the practice leverage method to, on the very bottom, make sure you have your practice foundation in place, but we want to make sure you have your patient foundation as well, meaning your perfect patient picked out, that perfect patient message, and that perfect patient solution for that one niche, not just for grandkids to grandparents, even though it's okay to treat them all. This is just a great way to do it. So you can use a variety of strategies to determine your audience is and how active they are. So aggregate all existing patient data to see where your audience is spending their time online. Visit your competitors' social profiles to see where they have the most active users, and then use tools like Google Analytics to determine patient online behavior. These 3 steps can help to begin identifying where your target audience is and active in beginning delivering content to these particular platforms. Number 3 is start an email newsletter. Email newsletters are great ways for you to get in front of your current and prospective patients, but be there consistently. Historically, email newsletters offer a high return on investment. So for every dollar spent on email marketing, expect an average of $42 in return. So email marketing is an excellent tool for practices to use. In addition to the sheer ROI, email newsletters can help practices build goodwill with your audience, promote new services or products, reactivate old patients. Bottom line, it's there to increase your practice to patient value. Number 4 is create content corresponding to a basic patient condition funnel. Here is specifically where we talk about creating a funnel that speaks to a niche. Again, please feel free to treat grandkids to grandparents, wherever that spectrum you may fall in. But if you are like myself and my wife were, where we treated a higher population of athletes, we want something that speaks to MCL injuries during soccer season, shoulder injuries during swimming season, or what's another we could do? Headaches during football when it comes to concussions. So those are things in which you want to create a funnel that will speak to them. So the funnel is actually feeding people down. It's a basic patient condition funnel and an accompanying content strategy. So you identify which stage of the funnel your patient currently occupies and deliver them the content that speaks towards that stage. It just depends if it's at the top of the tunnel, as you can see if I go this way, up here. If you're at the top of the tunnel of the funnel, you're going to speak to a broader sense. As you bring them down, you're going to speak more to and then essentially bring an offer to them at the end. A marketing funnel is the process people go through to reach the conversion phase. The funnels include everything from getting introduction to your brand until they convert. Most marketing funnels have 4 major steps. You want to get attention. A would-be patient sees your ad, social media posts, and learns more about you through word of mouth. Maybe there's some more interest. The patient wants to learn more and more. The desire is there. Patient wants to convert, and the action is patient acts buying your item, subscribing to your email newsletter, or setting themselves up for a consultation into the practice. To align this 4-step process with your content creation, be sure you're targeting patients with the various stages of the funnel with relevant content. So for example, you wouldn't want to overburden a potential patient in the attention phase with an in-depth content asset. Number 5, build a content calendar. It's important to do the work that you're doing from a social media perspective. But when we talk about a content calendar, it's critical that you're staying consistent in what you're doing. You just don't want to turn on the screen, start creating some content. There should be a calendar for what happens in is different from what happens in January versus what happens in June. From a sporting perspective, it really depends upon if your practice is more sports oriented. It depends on what's happening in January versus what's happening in May. We love lacrosse here at our family. Our son plays lacrosse. So we would talk about, hey, if your child is involved in lacrosse, make sure that they watch the Memorial Day tournament that's taking place. It's not content that's going to drive people into the practice, but it might actually get more conversation going, that they're talking more about things that are outside of there. Or it could be, what month is Headache Awareness Month, or what month does it talk about heart awareness? Those are how you break down how you have your content calendar out there. So instead of scrambling for content, in a recreational manner, build monthly calendars so that you have social posts, blog posts, emails, and whatever other content you would like to create that month. Not only does this strategy keep you organized, but it also allows your readers to get comfortable with the schedule of content and build continued trust and familiarity with your brand. If I said that word correctly, familiarity. Maybe I'll get it right. Create a variety of content types. So that goes to speak. You want to write, you want to speak, you want to do video, you want to show images. Deep dive into both your existing content and your competitors' content. See what is resonating with your audiences and what isn't. Once you've established efficacy, it's time to try to replicate the success with your upcoming content. Then it's time to get creative. Don't be limited by what already exists. Take your latest blog post and turn it into an infographic. Take that infographic and turn it into a white paper. Take your white paper and make it a video series of action steps for better, healthier, stronger family and body. There's all ways in which you can do that. Content creation possibilities truly are limitless. And then number 7, mine patient reviews and testimonials. Mine meaning dig them out. 90% of local patients use online media, including reviews, to search for practices. You want to make sure that you've got the reviews that are out there. Make those reviews work hard for you, as you do by bringing them to life through your social posts, video testimonials, website blogs, and even the social channels, and all of them. Make sure you're just sharing them across the board. And then sourcing the best quotes and adding your face or practice name logo to the patient. You make that review much more personal, creating a patient-generated ad that speaks for itself. So how to create a practice marketing strategy. Number 1, fine-tune your patient avatars. We talked about this already, but building patient avatars allows you to establish a better understanding of your audience and the respective pain points. By determining who is your niche market and the services that they need, you can create appropriate content. Number 2, identify valuable patient content. Patients don't want content for content's sake. They want content that they can solve their problems and pain. After you've identified what content assets can best serve your patients' unique needs, that's what you should be showing in front of them more often. And then set some smart practice goals about how you're going to go out there specifically for creating a marketing strategy with the content that you want to deliver. And then number 4, solidify distribution channels. Maybe you're a Twitter guy or a gal. Maybe you are a Facebook person. Maybe you are TikTok and you like videos. It determines what type of content you will create, but still make sure, if you can, spread it across all of the multiple channels that are out there. 5th, establish a cadence. You will win with consistency. So every single week, if you are consistent with your email newsletter or with your video that you do or with your blog, consistency is the way to win. You must establish a cadence that regularly delivers quality content to your patients. And then why do practices need content marketing? Competition. Like I said at the very start, you need to compete and eventually dominate your local market, and content can help you achieve that. So to make your practice stand out among the crowd, grow your audience, you need a content marketing strategy that allows you to demonstrate your value to future and current patients. So what are some examples of content marketing? Examples of content marketing include blog posts. They include infographics. They include social media campaigns. They include podcasts. They include white papers. They include ebooks, downloadable PDFs, and YouTube videos just like this if you're watching this on YouTube, or maybe on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. Any type of media that is free to access and brings leads to your website is content marketing. What's the best content marketing strategy for a practice? Having clearly delineated your patient avatar or patient avatars is vital for a strong practice content marketing strategy. With these personas, your content won't have without these patient personas or avatars, your content won't have a clear direction or purpose, resulting in a low audience interaction. So how should practices create content for their content marketing strategy? Practice content marketing is all about solving the patient's pain points. So the more you know about them and you've identified that patient avatar, all content should center around both the respective pain points and what point the patient is within that funnel that we talked about earlier. So the conclusion here with practice content marketing is, while your practice content marketing may be minuscule, it doesn't mean that you can't undertake most, if not all, of the previous 8 strategies we talked about. After successfully defining your patient avatar, you are well on your way to developing a winning content marketing strategy. You can grow your audience and increase overall new patient appointments. So I appreciate you taking another time out of your day to look at some of our marketing insights for our private practice healthcare professionals. If you have questions about content marketing, just drop the word content in below. If you're a private practice owner and you want to ask some questions about what we offer, you're welcome to give us a call, 630-491-1444, or text us at that number. We would love to chat with you. And drop a comment below. Again, just content. Feel free to send me a DM, any of those kind of situations that you would like. Whatever we can do to help you and your practice grow and scale is what we're here to do. So again, I am a chiropractor. My wife is a physical therapist. We work with private practice healthcare professionals to help them grow and scale their practice. We'd love to do the same for you and help you achieve success on so many levels. You have a fantastic day. Remainder of your week. I will see you back here next Tuesday. Bye for now.